Okay, good morning. Good morning. And welcome to Batch 8 of Brand and Retail at Plug and Play, Day 3 of our Fall Summit. Ooh. Very excited to have you all here. Some housekeeping right up front. On the back of your badges on the top, there's a link to vote. So as you watch our startups present later, don't forget, vote for your favorite pitch, and we'll be announcing the winner at the end of our session today before lunch. Second link in the middle on the back of your badge goes to Brella. Download Brella, join Fall Summit, get those meetings. It's a way to meet folks here if you haven't already. Sign up, meet 2 to 3 people today if you can. Plug and Play, there's many words to describe it. Ecosystem, innovation platform. I like community. We're a community, so if you're meeting, things happen. Can we go to the opening remark deck? By the numbers, looking back, reflecting on where we were with Batch 8 in Brand and Retail, with 21 phenomenal startups. 35, that's my favorite, 35 corporate deal flows. These are sessions where companies meet with the startups, talk about opportunities to work together. This is an uptick. It could be because we're growing, but also because our partners are more and more engaged and the quality of our startups. Our current community within Brand and Retail, we have some new members. 4 of them, Toys R Us, Grupo El Comercio, TJX, and Rakuten. Yeah. All right, I like it. Oh, they brought some backup cheer. I like it. The themes that together we wanted to focus on, the ones that were most disruptive to the industry, and what I believe will be seeing new ideas and technology in stores, in associates' hands, online, fell into these 3 areas. We're realizing it's no longer location, location, location. It is all about community, community, community. Who's my end consumer community? How do I create unique experiences for them in store, through the associates, online? And enabling your workers, connected workers. How do you manage a growing workforce and labor and a changing workforce through technology? How do you empower your associates so that they can optimize that customer experience? Lastly, big data. AI, huge buzzword, right? For brands, this means who's my end consumer? As I go more direct, as I have a more direct relationship with that customer, what are they doing offline? How do I know who they are, where they're transacting? One thing we did new this year was a focus week. So all of our partners and our startups came here to Silicon Valley and spent 1 week focused on those conversations, building the community, and getting those new ideas and technologies into market through deal flows, meetups, mentorships. My favorite, after the reverse pitch, startup came up to me. They said that reverse pitch was phenomenal. They got to see our corporate partners up on stage doing their pitch. Here's who we are. Here's what we're interested in solving. I got to cut them off. If we had known that information before we went into those deal flows with them ahead of time, it would have been much more valuable. It would have saved us a lot of time in those discussions. So we've moved that focus week to be at the front of Batch 9. If you're looking for a launch pad into the EU, then Lafayette Plug and Play in Paris has been doing a phenomenal job. They're in the middle of Batch 3. They are the European retail, commerce, and fashion innovation platform. Really unique model in how they've built a community in Paris and for the EU. of young entrepreneurs working with a robust network of over 150 mentoring sessions, very high touch, really looking to disrupt the EU marketplace. And what I love is seeing folks and corporate partners from our EU programs here with us today in Silicon Valley, connecting with startups here in the Valley that have a global mindset, that want to enter the EU, learning from their fellow corporate partners here within the Valley. And of course, the teams within Plug and Play work very closely in how we manage these ecosystems together and build that bridge. To talk a little bit about Retail Tech Hub, I'd love to invite Monica up to the stage to say a few words.
Thank you, Will. Hello, my name is Monica. I'm with the team of Retail Tech Hub, and we started our program around 2 months ago together with Plug and Play, and last week our first batch with our first 10 startups moved into our co-working space in Munich. So it had been really exciting 2 months for us. We got loads of great support from Plug and Play. And yeah, we are looking forward to build that network, that community, which Will was just talking about, because that was the reason why we started the program, especially with the partner Plug and Play, because we really want that platform to be growing and to be international and to really give that support to startups. And also, I'm very excited today because it was just today that we signed our first corporate partner of our platform, which is Europe's biggest grocery retailer. So I really want to thank Plug and Play so much because it was a really short time and they made it possible. So we are very proud to be announcing the name of the partner very soon as being our first corporate partner in the program. And yeah, if you want to know more about the program, what we're doing, what startups we're looking for, I'll be around here today and tomorrow as well. Just come and talk to me and we have coffee and talk. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And thank you to the Plug and Play brand and retail team. So Kelly, Kevin, Colleen, and Tim, if you're here, just hand in the air. Thank you so much for all your work throughout this batch. I think the best Plug and Play team. I'm biased. So we give out corporate innovation awards. This batch, we would like to recognize someone who spent 3 months of their summer in sunny California being embedded in the Silicon Valley ecosystem. They met every single one of our startups in our batch, more from other programs, spent times in San Francisco, really getting to learn how innovation works, the open mindset, taking risks. So many conversations, I can't even count. So the award goes to Matthew Benkarat from Carrefour, and he has returned to Paris. So I have a short video. Oops, sorry, that was my fault.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much, because today Carrefour is very proud and very glad to be rewarded through this brand and retail corporate award. 6 months ago, Carrefour decided to join the Lafayette Plug and Play, its joint venture based in Paris, in order to strengthen our open innovation ecosystem, to accelerate our existing business, and hopefully build new partnerships with startups. And because open innovation is only not about technology, but it's also about people, I decided to come here in Silicon Valley to join your team in order to best optimize our new partnership and to learn more about your own best practices and see how we can work together with all your team. And obviously, our aim was also to bring us closer to your startup ecosystem, to meet entrepreneurs and to share with them more closely. And it was a unique opportunity for us to better explain to your companies the Carrefour ecosystem with our specific needs, our specific markets, and our main challenges. So now we are discussing and working with some startups from Lafayette Plug and Play, and now from Plug and Play Silicon Valley, and we hope to skyrocket this partnership over the next few months. So again, thank you so much, Said, Will, Michael, and all your team. It was a great opportunity. It was awesome, and see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Great. And thank you, Carrefour. So next up, I'm very happy to bring onto this stage our keynote speaker. From Rakuten, please welcome James Zhang.
All right, thank you, Will. And I'm very happy and excited here to represent Rakuten. We are the newest corporate partner of the retail vertical, and I have a very special presentation for you guys. I stayed up from 2 a.m. to now making these slides, so I'll conk out right after. So there's no Q&A. But there's a lot of videos to keep you awake and focused. And I'm just going to tease you with these 2 slides. Rakuten. Rakuten. These are live, real photos. If you don't know Rakuten, I'm pretty sure you know these players, right? So we've secured 2 of the biggest sports sponsorship deals in history. But before I talk about Rakuten, I want to just show you some commercials to kind of get you, knee-deep in our company. And we're a very diverse company. We are not the Amazon of Japan. We are one of the largest internet services companies in the world, number 3 in global e-commerce. And today, I have a very special topic for you. And the topic is how to build a global innovation company in 8 steps. So rather this be a 30-minute infomercial for Rakuten, I thought it'd be useful for founders, entrepreneurs, and also corporate partners to kind of see how we scaled from founding the company with 2 people to 70 nationalities, 14,000 people, and a $20 billion market cap. So I'm going to weird you out with these commercials, and then we're going to get started.
楽天カードのパンダバージョンが大人気なんです。むむ。楽天パンダマン。簡単申し込みでパンダフル。漏れなく5000ポイントプレゼント。楽天カードで検索。
楽天カードは Apple Pay でもポイントザクザク。楽天カードで Apple Pay。
And finally, this is my team member Erica's favorite commercial. She's watched it like 100 times. This one stars Japan's most famous model, fashion model, Rolla. And this is for Rakuten Mobile. It could also be a lipstick video.
チャレンジってドキドキドキドキドキドキチャレンジってワクワクワクワクワクワクチャレンジって悔しさを教えてくれるチャレンジって嬉しさも教えてくれるだからチャレンジって毎日が楽しくなるスーパーチャレンジ楽天モバイル
データ使い放題1980円から。
That's $20 a month. So, all right. So 2 things. Number 1, if you pay close attention, at the very end, we will give you an opportunity to win Warriors tickets and also Barcelona tickets. There's an email that you just have to fill out, and we'll get going. So 8 steps to build a global innovation company. I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm James Zhang. I'm a member of the CEO's Innovation Office, and more recently, I became the head of our digital solutions business. So digital transformation, digital consulting, we're here to make partners with all the corporates, and also to take startups to go to market in all our engagements. All right, so Rakuten. Rakuten has about 96, 97% brand awareness in Japan. It is the #1 leading e-commerce operation in Japan. It's B2B2C. So if you think about an online bazaar, which was the mission of its founding, it has since changed its group mission to become a global innovation company. So we've had this alphabet structure even before Google pursued it years ago. Our market cap, as I said, is about 20 billion. We do 7.1 in turnover each year. We have a very special ecosystem model where we multiply our brand with a global membership of about 1.1 billion users. So if you're a startup and you want to build a data company, it's really easy to get our data set to work with us. Also, we are 70 and 71, including my company, across many channels, across many devices. We have digital contents, our own VOD streaming service. We have our own OTA, Rakuten Travel. We have our own marketing, affiliates, business. We are the #1 credit card in Japan. We just beat out the banks. We do a lot of things, but I think the core, proposition we have is rewarding our customers with membership. And that is a very special thing called Rakuten Super Points. So all over Japan, any store you go to, any McDonald's, convenience store, they will take Rakuten Pay. You buy something online on our e-commerce platform, Rakuten Ichiba, you can burn those points worldwide. 20 years later, we've gone a long way. And I'm going to run you through a short history of Rakuten, and we'll get through these steps. And also, I forgot to mention, at the bottom, so every Rakuten employee got their FC Barcelona jersey. The Warriors ones are coming out. And I'll tell you why we put a lot of emphasis on sports marketing. I think the first reason is we wanted to unify our company. We've done a lot of M&A, deployed billions in capital, but we really wanted to be one team. The other aspect, of course, is brand recognition. FC Barcelona gets about 2 billion eyeballs per month. And we all know who our favorite players are, unless you're Real Madrid fans. Rakuten USA. So we have our US President, Yaz Ida, in the house right there. He made me do this presentation. I was trying to pass it off to my employees. We're 2,500 in the United States. Our America's headquarters is in San Mateo, not too far away. And that's kind of how I got to meet Mike, your CRO here. He's been chasing me for that plug-and-play check because he said, you just blew $240 million and you can't give me XYZ, right? So in the US, our mission is to become a digital-first partner. We have a very robust ad tech platform. We're in the digital transformation business. We have Rakuten Marketing, the #1 affiliates in the United States. And we do a lot of customer acquisition. So if you ever used Ebates for cash back, we acquired them for about $1 billion. And it's real. I've gotten 2 checks from them. And you're going to see a lot more of us, especially with the Warriors sponsorship. In the Bay Area, our founders' friends, Mikitani-san's friends, from Elon Musk to Mark Zuckerberg, they were like, oh, why didn't I think of that? So we're also a very global company. So the US you see on the left, and then all our international properties on the right here. We're in Southeast Asia, Europe, Americas. We also have Rakuten Brazil. So let me take you back and tell you what is Rakuten. First of all, don't pronounce it Rakuten, right? That's maybe the UK version, and they didn't do so well. Rakuten is fine, or Rakuten. Rakuten means optimism. And the inspiration behind this word was actually from the 16th century when Japan was unifying, and one of its leaders, was kind of trying to open up the markets to have a free trade system. It was founded in 1997 by Hiroshi Mikitani. He is the number 2 or number 3 richest guy in Japan. And after Harvard Business School and a stint in investment banking, he came to Japan and said, I want to change whatever e-commerce is going to be. Instead of a factory or a shopping model, I want to add customer service and a personal kind of touch, which in Japanese is omotenashi. So that's when Rakuten Ichiba was launched in '97. You see on the bottom, this is our website to this day. But back then, it was a lot like Yahoo, Jerry Yang's Yahoo. And we only had maybe 100, 200, 300 merchants. It started with 13 merchants. The model was charge a flat monthly fee, $650 a month, and to let merchants design their web pages. So I know you developers out there, you might think, oh my God, right? What can be the result of that? But the big idea was, how do you buy something online if you've never seen it, if you've never touched it? One of the screenshots I have in the back is I just went to rakuten.co.jp and looked for king crabs. There are pages, 8 pages long, about everything about this crab. And in the beginning, that's how they did e-commerce. There's a quick story. The 100th merchant was a farmer that sold eggs. Why would you ever sell eggs in e-commerce, right? UPS is just going to throw them, as they do now, on your doorstep, and all the eggs will break. But the farmer said, these eggs are organic, they're special, and he made an egg diary. So every day he would post something, a new picture or something, a new update. And then that's kind of how this whole ecosystem got started. There were no reward points, super points, there were no roll-up commercials. It was just simple, multi-tenanted e-commerce plus advertising. So that's step 1, right? Have a philosophy and a mission. I forgot to mention that the reason why Mickey wanted to start this company was there was a very big earthquake in 1995 around his hometown. And as people picked themselves up, they really didn't have a chance to restore their businesses. So to reach someone in Kyoto from Kobe or Tokyo, Rakuten really was the way to help people get their livelihoods back. So that was the whole philosophy of empowerment. Step 2, I really like this one. It's actually the reason I applied to Rakuten. Just one story I read, I think in Fortune. So step 2 is eat from the same pot and do push-ups. So when Mikitani-san was signing up his first merchants, he thought nobody would trust someone in a suit. So him and his gang would go around right outside the merchant's door and do like 100 push-ups and come in all sweaty and busy like, oh, I'm really working really hard to help you sell stuff online, right? So I read that and I said, wow, I might apply to this company, but I don't speak Japanese. Well, we'll get to that later. So in this picture here, you see the co-founders of Rakuten. 2 of them are still with us at the company. Every day, they come to work, probably filthy rich, but they help us guide our culture, and they really help us remember the mission and how it all started. So I really like this picture I put this morning. You see, that's our CEO putting wires in 20 years ago, and to the right is his Instagram of him still cleaning his office today. So doing the small things well, these are traditions we still do. So they used to get together on the weekends and update themselves, put out all the fires. Today, that's called asakai, a morning meeting. They used to eat together. Even before any of the Silicon Valley access and the golden pandas from Dropbox came to be, everyone ate together at Rakuten. We have some of the best global cafeterias out there. And this do-it-yourself culture, right? You can see it in the pictures. So, what do you do when there's an internet bubble coming or happening and you have a hot internet site? You want to go public to raise more funds for your operation. So, Rakuten went public in 2000. It was underwritten by Daiwa Securities, and that was when the market was just crashing in that day. On the left, you can see the original Rakuten Ichiba website, the front fold. It says, magical digital market, right? And on the right is Rakuten getting listed on the Japan Exchange. Started as almost like an OTC, like a pink sheet, and then eventually went to the second section. And I think this part, it's a little technical, but founders might appreciate this. Did you know that you can go public in Japan with only a $5 million valuation? Like if one of you sold me a share for like $5 for X amount of your company, we could have a public company. There's a very special exchange called the Mothers on the JASDAQ. And here you see the average revenue, right? And the average IPO amount. Listing a company in Japan, you will have a very high price-earning ratio, extremely high, just after the NASDAQ. And I'll explain how you want to do it. The Mothers is composed of about 80% of retail investors. It's called a market of high growth and emerging stocks. Basically, risky tech stocks, bio, pharmaceutical, healthcare. The retail market is incredibly big. It's like the largest institutional investor in the world in Japan. And 69% of total IPOs in Japan are under $30 million. Now, why would anybody do that? So if you're a founder, I'll tell you why. After your Series A, right, you have a Series B crunch. If you can't raise, maybe you just have to sell to Salesforce or Oracle and anybody trying to gobble you up. You have a credibility gap, and there's really no way for institutionals to trust you or strategics like us to put money in there. Also, it only takes a year to list on this exchange. Just pay KPMG, I don't know, $40,000, 5 to 10 million in evaluation, 2 million in revenue. There's only 3 people who need to kind of review this. So who is Mrs. Watanabe? So for those who are not Japanese, and I know we have a lot of Japanese companies in here, your wife controls all your money. So if you want to go out drinking, you have to ask for an allowance, right? So if the wife has all your money, what's she going to do with it? Forex. Problem is, all these black swan events has happened. Trump, right? All this stuff. It's kind of making it less and less attractive. So what could be better than a 300% pop? Investing in a high-risk tech stock that could be your startup. So the Series B crunch. You get a very high valuation. There's a lot of trading volume. And as a founder, you can build public confidence as a company, raise follow-on funding. And if you didn't do anything for 10 years, you automatically become the second section of the Tokyo Stock Exchange, like a legit company. And it's very low requirements. So those of you who are looking to go to market in Japan, I would suggest this as a step, and Rakuten can help you too. So this is the hypothesis. So Daiwa brought Rakuten public in 2000, and I was just emailing our CEO with this idea that at Plug and Play or Techstars or any of these accelerators, there's so many companies out there who want to raise more money. So why can't we just sell their securities for them? So this is just a hypothetical example of it. And yes, I took all our MBA interns to the Japan Stock Exchange to validate this. And they're all thinking in their heads, oh, I'm coming back. I'm coming back after 5 years to go public. Okay, so after Rakuten went public, how did it entrench itself and protect itself from the likes of Amazon, eBay? I think Jack Ma was not doing anything yet. It was 1997. Alibaba was founded in 99. So we built a very strong ecosystem that rewards customers. So I talked about that brand. that everybody knows in Japan and that's growing internationally. I talked about our membership. So membership is one single ID you log in to do everything Rakuten. And 20 years of data, 20 years of structured, unstructured, Hadoop Lake data that we know a lot about you. And we add in the services, and we encourage you to cross-use our services. If you bought something in e-commerce, maybe you'll spend 1.5x more booking your travel site. So this is kind of like the formula for our global membership. Rakuten ID, the super points. 1 point is 1 yen. You can use it online or offline. The cross usage, O2O. So I have a Rakuten point card. I can use it online. I could use it offline. I could add store value to it. We have our own mobile phone company. We have our own bank on the 32nd floor. I don't know how they store $5 billion up there. We have a lot of stuff. And all this together, when you connect the dots together, that's helped us got GTV of $94 billion a year. Online to offline. We bought Viber for about $900 million. Ebates, $1 billion acquisition. Kobo, right? So waterproof, better than Kindle, e-reader out there. Rakuten Overdrive. This powers every public school's digital library. It's from Overdrive. Offline. Buy a coffee at the Rakuten Cafe. Use the super points at McDonald's. Get a discount on Rakuten Mobile, because we know all you're spending anyway and your risk profile, right? And then a Rakuten drone. You know, drones are illegal in Japan. I got arrested in Kyoto for flying one. So I'm not sure how this is going to pan out yet. FinTech. So this is, again, we're talking about the ecosystem, right? FinTech, #1 in credit card. Took a long time to get there. But if you use the Rakuten card on the Rakuten Ichiba site, no brainer. You get more rewards back. And because Taiwan really just copies what Japan does, right, we are very, very strong in Taiwan as well. Rakuten Pay. So from QR codes to NFC. My background is payments, mobile point of sale. Quick funny story. When I was interviewing for Rakuten, I had an executive officer talk to me about Square. And he said, oh, I killed them. I kicked them out of the country. And one of my best friends was the head of Square Japan. His name's Jay. I looked on his LinkedIn. Yeah, he was looking for a job. So that kind of tells you, it's kind of like entering China, entering Japan. It's very hard to do so without a strategic partner. E-commerce, right? We're the strongest in e-commerce. And we defend ourselves very well against Amazon. Amazon's burning a lot of money from their AWS cash pile to get into Japan. Media communications. This is our digital contents business. I already covered this, I think. Viber is the center of our digital communication strategy. You can buy Shakira tickets on Viber. We're her sponsor. You can, buy apps. You can do a lot of this stuff. And of course, I think this is the most ridiculously big slide. Big data. So 20 years of e-commerce data, the data from all our acquisitions, it's really helped us identify share of wallet. And we have a company called Slice that we acquired, called Slice Intelligence, that could tell me if you bought an Amazon Echo Alexa device, you're probably 13.5% more likely to buy something more on Amazon. We have over 2.8 billion receipts from Slice. Okay, here's where we get a little more fun, and there's some videos now. Step 5 is speak the same language. When I first came to Japan, it was really like that movie, Lost in Translation. I went to the bar too, New York bar, Park Hyatt, and I have this kind of GIF in the middle of Shibuya Crossing. Tons of people go through every day. if you think about Rakuten scaling from 2 people to 14,000, and Japanese is the main language, no one's going to work here, or it'll be really unproductive. So Hiroshi Mikitani made a very bold and difficult decision and made English the official language of the entire group. That's why I applied to the job, because I actually learned no Japanese in my year and a half there just to prove this point. Sorry, yes. Englishization launched in 2010. It's 2017 now. And I show you some really amazing data from our Domo. The goal was to get everyone to talk in the same situation, environment. All official meetings in English. All PowerPoints, documents in English. Board meetings in English. Even the co-founders have to learn English. It's the official language of all our businesses. We're in 190 countries for our services. If we can't help you in that language, then that's kind of difficult. Even some detractors of Mikitani-san called him straight up stupid for trying it. So, this is the proof that we actually do the stuff that we say. So I messaged one of our CEO members, Wendy, like 3 a.m. I said, Wendy, I need a favor, and this is sponsored by Viber. Can you go to the 16th floor and take some pictures for me in our Japan headquarters? We have study rooms for people to learn English. They need to reach this score. We have one-on-one lessons in Skype. We have examinations. We even have English classes. And there's some really amazing stories from our employees who, at the morning meetings, I heard someone say, I've been studying English for 2.5 years every night, and I knew 0 when I started, and now I can conduct a business meeting. We spend a lot in training our people. And I just want to play like a quick video here before I tell you about this case study. If we could roll the video on the sound.
Innovation in 2010. To raise the English level of its employees, Rakuten has asked them to achieve a TOEIC score of 800. Since then, the average TOEIC score has increased by more than 280 points to 814. In 2015, 81% of newly hired engineers hailed from outside of Japan, representing 45 different nationalities. How do people in the Rakuten Group feel about Englishnization?
Many people are still wondering how come that I work in Japan while I can't speak Japanese. The answer is so simple. I work for Rakuten.
Since 80% of my members are non-Japanese, so we are able to create a universally accepted services platform. This is a big change for me. I found out that most of our systems were belonging to implicit knowledge. Therefore, we are now creating more documents for instructions.
Personally, having one common language has enabled my team to collaborate with global Rakuten teams on a much deeper level. This collaboration distinguishes us from our competition and has played a key role in our success.
I had a chance to work in the US. In there, I shared some of the best practices from my consulting and campaign experience from Japan. I had difficulty catching what they were saying. Sometimes I asked them to write down their thoughts and question on the sheet. I strongly realized that I have to study much more.
Rakuten events are now held in English. Here are some examples of these events and the benefits that holding them in English has brought. The Rakuten Mobile Summit is an arena to showcase new smartphone applications of the Rakuten Group. Over 30 cutting-edge applications from all over the world were announced internally. Through Englishnization, it has become possible to share knowledge more easily throughout the company.
After the summit, I see that we have really
so we get cut there, and I'll explain the case study. Okay. So in 2015, 81% of our engineers were outside of Japan, right? That's very difficult to kind of move to a new country you've never been to. But from day one, you can speak English, and it's totally okay. And it's actually mandated that that happens. The score you saw is outdated. Today, the TOEIC is over 830 points. There was a Harvard Business School study about it. They tried to make it really dramatic, saying, you know, with the deadline rapidly approaching, Mikitani didn't know if he was going to save Japan or not. But it's 2017. Look at the numbers. So when it started in 2010, the average TOEIC score was 526. Pretty much you can't have a conversation with someone. And now, next, take a look at this. 91.3% of all people in Rakuten Inc., Japan, have a gold standard, meaning above an 800 score. That's really impressive, and it takes a lot of patience to do so. All right. So I don't know what this company is, but some people tell me they don't like working with this company, that the founder of this company dresses up in a robot and tries to crush all you little startups and all the competition. And they even cannibalize their own merchants with their own first-party goods that arrive pretty quickly. So we do something a little different here. Our kind of core value is open e-commerce. We work with all merchants and Ebates. We work with all vendors. We don't do first party. We collaborate. I just give you some short examples of our collaboration. So, AirMap, anyone's into drones, UTM, right? Where to fly your drones, how to fly them, if they have an LTE chip in there, how are these industrial drones going to get there? We have a joint venture here. We build our own drones. Rakuten Data Marketing. We have just announced an iconic partnership with ad agency Dentsu. It's the #1 ad agency in Japan, double its competitor and double the other one that just got bought out, private equity. We are in healthcare, Aspirion Therapeuticals for head and neck cancer. Mikitani-san put $70 million of his own money into here. It's called photoimmunotherapy. So using light to kill cancerous cells, but leaving tissues intact. The antigen is dedicated to his father. It's called RM1929, who passed away from cancer. We also do a lot of investments. That's what people email me about. And we have 4 funds, actually one more coming out, that have deployed billions in capital. First one, Rakuten Ventures, in Japan, in Singapore, and global. Many investments in Southeast Asian startups, C2C, AI, ML. The Rakuten FinTech Fund, which is very relevant for a lot of, well, this is retail, but a lot of plug-and-play people. So cross-border remittance, right? Sending money to your loved ones, saving money for investments. Rakuten Mobility Investments, maybe this is the most exciting. As you know, we've put probably more than $350 million into Lyft. And thanks to the Uber fiascos, our money just went up. And Lyft just closed a $1 billion round. So we made a lot of money on that. But we also invest in ride sharing in Saudi Arabia, now that women can drive. Now they can be, you know, they have jobs. Cabify as well, and Glovo. A recent fund, Rakuten Global EC Fund, founded by one of my peers in the CEO office. This is about investing in our own merchants, right? People who are building their businesses on Ichiba, but who want to go to the next level. And lastly, Rakuten has done a lot of M&A here, because speed is very essential to our expansion. From Ebates to Viber to Overdrive to Buy.com, which is now Rakuten.com. It's really integral to our strategy for a fast go-to-market. Okay, so these are the exciting videos you've been waiting for. Step 8, last step. Unite under something you believe in. And I think sports is, you know, it's a no-brainer. It comes in everybody's mind. When you play sports, when you watch sports, right? It's always like a challenge, a personal challenge, a group challenge. We're looking at some really, core philosophies we have: empowering people, challenging the stereotypes, uniting the communities. So I put these logos in. It's really interesting. I used to work at Samsung, and I thought we were the top sponsor of the Olympics. But apparently, this FC Barcelona deal, so 4 years, $235 million to be the main global partner, not just on the jerseys, is the biggest sports deal of all time. And it crushes all the Olympic sponsors here. So, I can't promise you we'll bring him here. We brought him to Tokyo, but this is Lionel Messi, right? One of the most iconic football players out there. He's representing Rakuten. 2 billion views. So, FC Barcelona, legendary Catalonian football club, 3-time FIFA World Cup, 5-time UEFA, 24 La Liga titles. Every time they win another La Liga, Rakuten has to shell out $4 million more, which is fine. So, it's a 4-year partnership. But the partnership doesn't just mean the jersey. We are their innovation partner. We have them on Viber. They share stories. Their stadium is named after, well, almost named after Rakuten. There's a lot of Rakuten services that could benefit from this. But also within Rakuten Group, every different company, we're under a company system, has kind of rallied under this as a global integration here. So I'm going to play a video, and it's super special at the end of the beginning of our partnership with FCB.
From the day one, I designed Rakuten so that we can contribute to the society. Like Barcelona. What I want to do is create more than a company. So that became my internal slogan. Rakuten means optimism. That's what Rakuten is all about. It's not really traditional Japanese company, but it's truly new type of Japanese global company. I love football. It's my passion too. But Barcelona is in a different dimension. Not just because of their style, but I think everything is based on the philosophy. For them, it's their life. It's all synchronized very beautifully. This is going to be very, very long-term relationship.
Welcome, Rakuten.
Bienvenido, Rakuten.
This is just the beginning of the greatest partnership in the history of professional sports.
Rakuten means optimism. We believe in the future.
So, 4 years. We're not done yet. All right, the Warriors. So, you probably saw the opening game. I think Yaz was there. Thought we won, and then all these HD cameras, against the Rockets. So, the Warriors is our newest sponsorship, but it's in 2 parts. One, we're one of the very few companies to actually be featured on that jersey as a badge. Number 2, we are also bringing the NBA to Japan. So the first deal is $60 million. The other one's about $200. So Golden State Warriors, 3-year deal to align both brands to go global. Rakuten is the official e-commerce partner of the Golden State Warriors, official VOD provider, and the affiliate marketing partner. But the even bigger deal that was probably 2 weeks ago was another $225 million we put in to have exclusive distribution in Japan. As you know, baseball is very, very famous in Japan, very active. But now, we're 2 partners working together to go global. And if you look in that chart I made, this is why. So we have a tweet from the Golden State Warriors. So number 1 became the official partner of the NBA. Number 2, the Japanese population, 127 million. Number 3, Viber, 900 million users. Number 4, 96% awareness in Japan and our ecosystem. You can just imagine the possibilities. So I won't say more, but this is a video from the Warriors president.
I think the Warriors have come to represent everything great about the world of sports. The style of play that our players exhibit every night on the floor is all about the essence of sports, right? Teamwork, working together, and being selfless in achieving great goals.
Playing sports and watching sports, I think it moves the emotion of the people so much. And as a global company, I think supporting sports really kind of represent our philosophy. Rakuten means optimism. When we started the company, we were very small. Now Rakuten market cap is about $20 billion. And we have more than 70 different services. This is our 20th anniversary year. And we have been really trying to make sure we always create something very special, something very unique.
It's an extraordinary opportunity for the Warriors to partner with Rakuten, one of the fastest growing, most respected companies in the world. We love what they stand for as a company. They're completely in sync with the way the Warriors operate, and I think the two together are going to be a great combination.
I think Warriors is not just a basketball team, and Rakuten is not just a for-profit organization. And I think we will be able to not only become the uniform sponsor of Warriors, but we'll be able to create a very collaborative partnership.
Well, a badge is something you wear with honor, and I think that the relationship we're forging with Rakuten is exactly that, and I think the players will wear it with pride, and the Warriors will be happy to be wearing it as an organization that represents the best in sports.
All right. So we talked about these 8 steps, kind of how to grow, build a global innovation company. And I want you guys to just see what we're actually doing today. You know, we talk a lot about market cap, we talk a lot about services, but I just want to show you what we do together as 70 nationalities as a year in review. And then after that, I promise you I'll give you your tickets. So, here we go.
Rakuten continued to amaze the world in 2016. Rakuten Ichiba boosted the number of both new and returning users through strategies such as the SBU program and improving quality. The fintech business made giant strides this year too. As well as expanding its credit card lineup, Rakuten Card astonished industry observers by ranking 3rd in terms of transaction value in Japan.
It's outdated, #1 now, yeah.
Rakuten's fintech business raised its profile and attracted a lot of attention. And a diverse range of unique and innovative services were launched. The announcement of Rakuten becoming FC Barcelona's global innovation and entertainment partner also prompted roars of excitement around the world. So let's reflect on this momentous year for the Rakuten Group.
Thank you, thank you. Go Rakuten. To chat about the sweaters and to an ecosystem that
you can't see inside your brain.
鳥のように飛ぶという。
Keep the continuous support by Rakuten. We are hoping for the earliest recovery, and let's work as one.
You're on the right, yes. 前日記者会見オープンです。
talk and distract you.
20代と30代の方でしたら1年間
A continuous improvement of our model.
I hope everyone coming to Enoshima can enjoy the Aomori.
Go!
Past history.
So, I just wanted to show you that video because it's a really clear example of a company that was founded in Japan can still thrive with all these nationalities, personalities, and talents. So here we go. Pretty much done. One campaign that my group is going to run is called the Rakuten Winners Cup. So it'll come out pretty soon. You nominate any of your coworkers to kind of align and exemplify any of the FCB values. So respect, effort, ambition, teamwork, humility, that's one. The next one is if you send us an email to, you can write this down, PNP for plug and play at RakutenInteractive.com, we're going to enter you in for a drawing for either Warriors or Barca tickets, wherever, if you're from Europe, that works well for you. And that basically is my message. So Rakuten, I wanted to show you, I always have to deal with people saying, oh, Rakuten, what is that? The Amazon of Japan. No, it's a global company that started from really humble beginnings, just like any of you startup founders here. But you could definitely grow it if you put the patience and the effort in. So more than a club, the Barcelona slogan, more than a company, that's why we align with them. So that's it, and I look forward to working with you all. We are a very open partner. We're excited to start and plug and play. We're going to be here a lot, and thank you for your time.
楽天をいろいろ使うとポイントいつでも最大8倍
Fantastic. Thank you so much, James. Rakuten. I love the example of someone really living, their whole company living their mission. And I'm very optimistic when I think about the future of commerce. And Plug and Play is excited to have Rakuten as one of our newest members of our community. Without further ado, we're going to start with our brand and retail batch 8 startup presentations. Up first, I would love to welcome someone, and as is tradition, Plug and Play is going to introduce each startup with a fun fact. So Nick Fuller's fun fact is that in college, he played lead Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors. So please welcome Nick from Sentience.
Thanks a lot. So I only have 3 minutes, so I'm going to be really quick. We're a data science. Oh, do I have a remote? I probably need a remote on me. I can just speak to one slide. It's fine. I have it's all up here. Okay. So we're a data science company. What we do is we analyze sensor data to understand human behavior. And we have a little software that installs into a client's mobile phone. It's an SDK. It gets us access to the gyroscope, accelerometer, time and location, just the low-level movement data of a mobile phone. And from that, we're able to contextualize the events, moments, routines that make up your customer's day so that you have a strong understanding of who they are, where they go, and what they're doing in real time. So at the base layer, we're doing different event detections. Basically, where you are you at home, are you at work, work? Are you riding a bike? Are you walking, running? This gives us a base layer understanding of what you're doing. Third, we're able to contextualize that into moments in a day, create a timeline for every individual every single day, and do all kinds of things such as shopping routines, dining out routines, and be able to predict where people will be in the future as a result of that too. And because we build a timeline for every one of your consumers every day, we can then profile them. So out of the box, we have different profiles around work, life, commuting, mobility. We know if they are restaurant lovers, do they like fine dining, do they like fast food, are they an Uber parent? Just all of these profiles can be very rich in order for you to be able to be more relevant to your customers. So rather than tell you about how one of the largest grocery stores in the UK is using our technology to basically personalize their loyalty program, the coupons and the offers, and see sizable lifts in terms of coupon redemption and store visits, I'll tell you a simple story, and then you can meet with me out in the hall. The detections you see that I'm about to show you are the kinds of detections that we can provide to you about your own customers. So this mother right here is essentially your customer. She lives in the city. She's loyal to a specific restaurant. She's a city worker. We also know that she's loyal to her supermarket because we see that she goes there several times a week, and she's very loyal to one specific one. She's a restaurant lover. She's a shopaholic. We're looking in the morning. She was at home for about 8 hours. Then about 8:03 in the morning, she did about a 13-minute commute. On the way to work, she stopped by a school like she does every single day. We were able to then profile her as an Uber parent. That's important to know. Now you know that this female, she's also a parent. She's an active parent. She got back in her car. She then went to work. We are able to label home and work because we do venue classification, and over time we can label a place as home and as well as work. And we detected that she was at work for 3 hours. She then got in a car. She went to the Stanford Shopping Center. If you're the Stanford Shopping Center or your retailer, it would be really great to know when someone is about to go shopping or about to dine out, because you could reach out to them and engage them and offer a coupon. And hey, it's that time of the day, it's that time of the week when you typically go shopping. Would love to hit you up with a message at that time. But she got back into a car. She went to a restaurant. This is a fast food restaurant that she's very loyal to. If she did start going to the competitors' restaurants, we could also do a win-back strategy to make sure that she comes back to this one. In this case, it's Boston Market. She got into her car, went back to work for 6 hours. We detected that she's a full-time worker, so but she does maintain a work-life balance. We'll show you that in a minute. She then went out to eat to a popular steakhouse where she was there, got in her car, went home, and rode her bike for about 5 minutes. And then her day ended up ending around 10 o'clock at night. And we detected she went for a bike ride when she got home. So this is the kind of timeline that we recreate just using the motion data in a smartphone. We're not accessing any other data points besides the motion of the phone. And that's really all I have. If you'd like to talk about how we can use these insights to personalize your own engagement in your own retail mobile app, like so many retailers are talking to us about doing, I'll be at that little booth. And you can download our mobile app. It's called Journeys. It's available for iOS and Android. It'll replay all these detections for you as an individual so you can see if our technology works or not. And it does. It works really well. And I believe it's called Journeys. It's available for iOS and Android. Look it up. All right, thank you.
Great, thanks, Nick. Thanks so much. As Nick mentioned, there are booths for each of the startups in the game room across from the cafeteria. So look for them during lunch. Next up, someone who loves Taylor Swift songs. I'd like to bring up David Yu with Emotive Digital.
Hi guys. All right, I'm David from Emotive. Did you know that less than 8% of sales are made online? That means over 92 cents of every dollar we spend is at a physical store experience. And yet we hear about record number of retailers filing for bankruptcy in 2016 and 17. At Emotive, we provide immersive shopping experience to retailers by personalizing shopping experience and increase sales. Quick service restaurant came to us with two problem statements: rise of labor cost and service level. We have fully automated all of their front of the store operation. Result, we essentially lowered their labor cost by 50%, And from a service level standpoint, we have achieved over 95% in customer satisfaction since the implementation. In addition, we're currently in a deep contractual discussion with Circle K. Their problem statement was that 60% of their customers do not come into their store because they're at a gas pump. We created a window media solution where advertiser could entice, influence, and create impulse for customers to come in. This new advertisement platform we put together, now Circle K is going to be able to sell an ad space for $225 per ad space, up to 24 ad spaces in 15,000 of their stores. That equals to over $1 billion in new revenue. We're providing a full turnkey solution which allows us to share a very healthy percentage from the revenue share. We're at a customer acquisition stage. We're raising Series A fund of $5 million. We will be using this fund to fulfill the contracts we have in place as well as support our operational growth. The company was founded with Matthew and I. Matthew is responsible for all the difficulty of operation, and my job is to take credit for all the hard work he put in together. And thank you. And if you guys want to talk to me about how we increase PepsiCo sale for 250%, Suja Juice for 700%, and Aquasai Water Company by 3,000%, come talk to us. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, David. And don't forget to vote. Remember that link's on the back of your badge. Vote for your favorite pitch. Up next, I'd like to welcome a Quiz Bowl champion. It's just amazing. James Fan with Hello Vera.
Thank you very much. I'm James Fan. I'm the creator and co-founder and CEO of Hello Vera. And there's my co-founder, Liang Liang, here. We are AI researchers. We've been doing AI research for almost 20 years. We have published hundreds of papers and patents in AI. Oh, by the way, also, I'm one of the main creators of a Watson question answering system, the one that beat Ken Jennings on Jeopardy. So that's when the Quiz Bowl knowledge comes handy. And Liang Liang is a award-receiving AI researcher. In fact, he just received a Rising Star Award yesterday from ACM. And you can find some of our work documented in these venues. So, as I said, we are AI researchers. What we do best, technology. We have a breakthrough in natural language understanding technology. Our technology can understand text better than anybody out there. And it requires less data than anybody out there. Given our academic training, the first thing we did was an academic evaluation. We compared all the published results out there for these type of tasks. And we found that we're doing better than anybody out there. This is an error bar, so the shorter, the better. And you can see we're beating the likes of Facebook in their published results. But OK, that's academic evaluation. You wonder, OK, how does that really mean? How will that affect me, right? Natural language understanding has many, many applications. It has a lot of implications. So the first area we apply this technology to is customer service. You know, customer service is a major pain point for a lot of enterprises. It's very expensive. Every time an agent picks up the phone, it's costing $5 at least. Every time an agent answers email, that's $2 out the window. And what's worse is nobody likes customer service, right? Is there anybody who likes to contact customer service? Thought so. So here's what we got. We made an AI agent based on our breakthrough technology that can autonomously answer customers' questions, resolve their issues at a fraction of the cost across multiple text-based channels, chat, email, social media, et cetera, et cetera. So it works like this. It looks like this. But how well does it work? A key metric is deflection rate. That's the percentage of cases that AI is able to resolve without human intervention. The industry average deflection rate is about 20 to 30%. So AI can resolve 20 to 30% of the cases. Our system was resolving more than 80% in the first week of deployment. And as time goes on, our system learned to improve itself. And it got to high 80%, close to 90% deflection rate. So that's a huge improvement. That's 2 to 3 times better than the industry average. And we have seen productivity triple for our clients. And they love the performance we're giving them. So come talk to us. We have a booth over there about your customer service needs or text understanding needs. All right, thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, James. Up next, someone who's going to tell us just how frequently each day men and women look at the mirror and how our vanity is going to help retailers here get richer than Rockefeller. Please welcome Victor Ruiz from Actimir.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Victor Ruiz, and I am the CEO of Actimir. We are originally a European company that relocated to Hong Kong and managed to conquer the attention of the Asia-Pacific market. What we do is 2 things: real-time personalized consumer experiences in real time when your customer is at the shop and the wallet is there. The second thing we do is data analytic insights to grow your sales. Right now, we are expanding into the US, and let me show you how we're doing it. So what did you just see? You saw a customer that came to a very expensive store, Cerruti. Then he was able to take to his mobile phone an experience offline, and then he was able to buy online later on. We can put brick and click under one ceiling together. So you saw real-time personalized consumer experiences, tailor-made for the person there. We saw a young male Caucasian, and we saw a model that was matching him. If it would be an Asian lady, it would be an Asian lady. You get my drift. The second thing you saw was brick and click integration. But let me show you what else we do in the market. This, for the ladies, is augmented reality. We can understand that in this case, it's a young female Caucasian, and we recommend the best matching colors for her. She doesn't have to put one single drop of cosmetic in her face. We can give different options, and then she experiences online behavior in an offline environment. In the US, 9,700 stores will close at the end of the year, and this is what 25% of your population is expecting: online and offline behavior in the same place. So make sure that you cater for that customer segment. When she leaves the store, then she can get that experience in a mobile phone to recreate that at home and so on. So what did we just see again? Real-time personalized consumer experiences are augmented reality. What is the common glue? It's data analytic insights to increase traffic and grow sales. This is the traction that we have, very aggressive in hospitality and retail. We're expanding with integrators and healthcare. And these are some examples of applications that we have in Asia Pacific and Europe. We're looking for 2 things. Number 1 is more pilot projects in North America to keep expanding here and do what we have done in other parts of the world. And also funding to take this concept into the B2C. We want to penetrate 12 million American households with the cosmetic experience that you just saw in the video. Thank you very much for your attention. We are winners as well, Technology Company of the Year last year, and contact us in that number if you're interested. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Victor. Great. Our next company I'd like to welcome to the stage, he drove the industry change from the word wireless Ethernet to Wi-Fi with Cloud for Y. Please welcome Jeff Abronowitz.
Thanks, all. Good morning, I'm Jeff.
And if you've got a brick and mortar business that delivers free guest Wi-Fi to mobile users, I'm going to show you how to leverage that Wi-Fi for customer insight and engagement. Think of it as applying e-commerce style technology to the physical store. Prada is a Cloud4Y customer that has over 500 stores across 80 countries. And here's how Guest Wi-Fi works for them. Customer Sophia walks into a Prada store and logs into the Guest Wi-Fi using either email address or social login. She does that once, and anytime she goes to any store worldwide, they know she's there. In this case, she goes to the Hong Kong store. The store associate gets a notification and also gets Sophia's shopping history and can provide a more personalized shopping experience. The name of the platform is Volare, and here's a couple more examples of how we deliver value to our customers. Olive Garden was looking for a guest Wi-Fi solution that was easy to use and easy to manage at any scale. They now have 1.2 million users per month logging into the guest Wi-Fi at their restaurants. Clark's is a shoe retailer in the UK, and they ask a survey question to customers as they log into the Wi-Fi. They tie the answers to those questions to the customer's digital ID to build an enriched customer database. Lone Star Texas Grill used mobile analysis for mobile users outside the store. They didn't even sign in to change the restaurant operating hours. And Ferrovia dell'Estate, who manages all the train stations in Europe, notifies returning travelers when they come into the train station that they've got this digital piazza that helps them navigate their way around the train station. Now, huge part of the value that we provide is integrating what's happening with this in-store data with the customer's business. We integrate with the CRM, the marketing automation infrastructure, and any other business intelligence infrastructure of our customers. So the breadth and depth of Cloud4Y's experience has made us a leader in this space. We've touched over 65 million end users, and while we have an expertise in retail, we really work with any business that has mobile users in a physical space. I'm sure all of you with a customer-facing business are working on getting a complete consumer profile. Don't miss the obvious opportunity to understand what's happening in your store leveraging the guest Wi-Fi. Volare is flexible, it's easy to implement, and it has a quick ROI. And we welcome the opportunity to help you derive value from your free Wi-Fi. Thank you very much. We'll be available at the tables over yonder.
Thanks, Jeff. Awesome. Please remember, use Brella to connect with each other during the breaks and at lunch and throughout the day. Up next, someone who was preparing to sail around the world before starting or joining Kio is Calle Polanco.
Hi there, I'm Cayetana Polanco, and I am the CBO and co-founder at Kio. So at Kio, we're creating the first global consumer-facing biometric identity network. This means that we're replacing your keys, cards, tickets, IDs, and fobs with a simple and touchless scan of your palm. By mid-next year, we will be live. You'll be able to scan your palm and pay for gas. You will be able to use your palm instead of a key card at a hotel, and the same with gyms and fobs, and we will continue to expand our payments operation, all under our brand. So the technology behind Kio is actually pretty cool. In under 1 second, we identify you by looking at 5 million points within your palm vein structure. The scan is contactless, making it very sanitary. It's an internal biometric, making it impossible to copy. And it's so precise, it's 150 times more secure than your fingerprint. So we currently have 3 devices. We have an on-counter terminal. We have Kio Wall, which is our access device, and an OEM module. This, combined with a very strong API, makes it really easy for our customers and partners to integrate Kio ID to their products and services. All right, so we are founded by multiple-time entrepreneurs and tech entrepreneurs. We have built brands, we have built products, we have hired, fired, and we have worked 18-hour-long days for a real long time. So this is just, the reception for Kio is incredible. By mid-next year, we will be live with 5,000 terminals. We will be also live in 10 countries. And we will be announcing co-press releases with at least 12 well-known brand names. That's us. So if you have any questions, happy to talk. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have a fantasy football fan. Please welcome Brandon Werber with Retention Logic.
How you doing, guys? So my name is Brandon with Retention Logic, and we've developed a pill that can fully regrow men's hair. I'm just kidding. We don't do that, but now that I have the attention of every guy in here, let's dive in. So what we actually do is we leverage machine learning to build very, very smart loyalty programs that drive revenue. So a lot of people in here either have a loyalty program or have had a loyalty program, are very familiar with an industry. It's the elephant in the room. It's not a new industry. We are not reinventing the wheel. We are making them smarter. Because the truth of the matter is, if you look at the numbers, loyalty programs are failing. They're failing because they're not actually doing what loyalty programs were initially meant to do, which is actually to inject loyalty, real brand love into the fabric of a consumer between him and the brand. So much so that 50% of millennials and 40% of the general population have actually said they've stopped using a loyalty program because they found the rewards and communications to be irrelevant. So it turns out by the numbers, lack of relevance is actually the #1 reason why loyalty programs are failing. That's what we're attacking, because if you lose relevance, you lose customers. So if it's done right, the right technologies, right strategy, there's still massive potential within loyalty. So think of us more as a technology company built for the loyalty industry. So enabling brands to have the most sophisticated technology that's capable of learning, that's capable of being adaptive and to understand the differences between consumers, what makes them different, what makes them tick, what is actually driving their individual loyalty. And then to be able to actually manipulate their programs on an individual level to be relevant to them. So the end user actually has a program that was built just for them. So what does smart loyalty do for us? Well, it enables us to work with amazing companies like Toys R Us and 25x their engagement goal in just the first 3 weeks of a campaign. Also, great brands like Coca-Cola, who one of their brands, we actually built an entire loyalty program start to finish in 90 days. That showed a 314% increase in social engagement, 17% jump in weekly repeat buyers. We thought it would be an interesting project internally to see what would happen if we took one brand and one user base, split them into 2 cohorts, cohorts A and B, and cohort A got our intelligent loyalty program, and B got a standard linear program, and see what would happen. So things like average cart size, email open rate, social engagement, 30-day retention, we actually increased by double or triple digits on each metric. So very encouraging. What's so exciting about the tech is it doesn't take a year to look at the numbers and see if it worked or not. You'll see results right out of the gate, quite literally from the first month. So why we're here, we're actually not specifically looking for investment. We raised a $7.5 million seed round. What we are looking for are innovative partners who want to join our Pilot 2 batch program. Customers or partners who are innovative and want to have the most cutting-edge technologies for loyalty and are willing to invest in loyalty. So thank you for listening. That's what we do, and happy to chat outside.
Great, thank you. Our next founder comes from Mexico with a message: they are not paying for the wall. Please welcome Pablo Martinez with Clustera.
Yeah, I love that joke because in Clustera, we're about building bridges, specifically building the bridge between the online and offline worlds. Why? To measure, unify, and activate your client's activity both in the offline and online worlds. And well, we set out to build this company because we wanted to help retailers to compete with e-commerce, and also to help advertisers stay relevant, because we knew that to get these things right, we needed a platform that can measure and activate user behavior without expensive hardware and without relying on the user doing basically anything. And this is how it works. We map the whole cities, and that's why we can understand how the people behave without them doing anything, without app, without an SDK. We also we need the user to connect once to the Wi-Fi, and as we are in airports or several places where even high net worth individuals, as you connect once they do it a single time, then we can track them throughout time, and then we activate the user when the time is right. The advantages, the technical advantages versus some other approaches are plainly ridiculous, like 50 times more accuracy than geofences. The beacons that have been like a bummer for a lot of retailers, we have an order of magnitude more reach than those. And also, as the users change their phones like each 2 years, the iPhone X is coming tonight. That's why we have a very long user lifetime. For example, we're working with some of the biggest clients in Mexico. That's where we are, if you didn't guess it already. We work with some of the biggest airlines to help them improve and understand their customer behavior, also to poach customers from other airlines or even from bus stations. And also, as you can understand the whole process, the whole activity cycle of the user, then we can start modeling and going after similar users. So we're gonna be out there until if the IC doesn't find me. So thank you very much, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Pablo. So up next, the next presenter had toured in her prior marketing career with the Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, and Genesis. Please welcome Jennifer Herschel with Omni Retail.
Yes, when I was at Volkswagen, we relaunched the new Beetle to reposition Volkswagen on a worldwide basis with rock and roll. And here, I'm here to talk about something even more important, namely cross-channel analytics. At Omni Retail, we unify online shopping behavior and purchases with in-store purchases. And in fact, we've been told by you, it's the Holy Grail. So take a minute to imagine with me, because there's something here for everyone. Retailers, what if you could know every successful shopping journey and what it looks like across every shopper type, across every product subcategory, down to the SKU level on your e-commerce website? Would that allow for personalization? What if you could then watch those customers and see what they're looking at online and share it with your in-store associates to improve clienteling? What if you could identify and measure the efficacy of every digital marketing campaign at every product subcategory level and evaluate the ROI? Brands, what if you could have unified insight into online shopping and unified demand across online and in-store channels at scale? That would allow you to optimize new product development, inventory level management, packaging, promotion, pricing. What if together, retailers and brands, we could crush out the friction that is reducing conversion and keeping it low and stuck? What if we could imbue product expertise back into the store, into kiosks, and into the hands of sales associates? What if we could eliminate the hundreds of billions of dollars of slow-moving and unnecessary inventory and markdowns? Well, you can stop imagining, because at Omni Retail Group, we're doing this today with enterprise retailers and brands, with our shopping intelligence platform, and it's working. We were co-founded by executives from Volkswagen, from Procter & Gamble, and from Merrill Lynch, with a vision to take this $4 trillion category and return it to health and growth. We have paying customers, including Staples and Toys R Us, and we're heading towards pilots with many, many of you in this room, thanks to Plug and Play. We have annual recurring revenue of $500,000, and this May, Gartner named us a cool vendor. I have two asks. First, give us a test drive. Come and chat with us about how we can help you take back your fair share of what Amazon is currently eating. Because what if we're right? Two, funding. We're heading towards a Series A with a lead investor in early 2018, and in the meantime, we're raising more working capital. So we've opened up our seed preferred equity round at exceptionally attractive terms, and we'll raise a minimum of $250,000 and up to $1 million for anyone who's interested and who can move quickly. Finally, timing is important, and if you agree that it's the time now to convert imagination into action, first, vote for us, but second, come and find me, and let's chat. I'm the redhead. I dare you. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes, please do not forget to vote. And next, the next presenter is very proud that they can, as they claim, do an infinite number of hula hoops. Please welcome Evelyn Wynn with Mirror That Look.
Hello everyone, I'm Evelyn Nguyen, co-founder and CEO of Mirror That Look. We created Mirror That Look out of our own frustration of not being able to find the fashion item that we love on social media photos. We have been so reliant on text-based search for anything we need, but describing fashion item into keywords is super hard. So we thought for something that is so inherently visual, like fashion, we would need a visual-based search solution. So we created Mirror That Look. It's an AI intelligence that translates any fashion photos into actionable insights. For example, for any photo like the one you see on the screen, we detect all fashion items and output shoes, hat, and jumpsuit. And for each fashion item, we return descriptive keywords such as silk, sleeveless, white leg, and floral. And the best part is that our technology also returns visually similar products available to shop from across the web. Even though we started with the consumer application in mind, along the way, we have discovered many interesting business applications of our technology that increase efficiency, productivity, and quick response to market. As an AI startup, our team consists of business strategists and AI engineer who develop our AI engine in-house. And we have an in-house team who create data set to feed into our algorithm. Our technology is the result of years of research in AI. We feed into the algorithm millions of photos annotated like the one you see on the screen. And over time, the engine is able to learn the concept and discover and distinguish and classify clothing type just the way we do. And just like how human gets better with experience, the engine gets smarter and smarter over time. The more it gets used and the more data it is fed with. Let's take a look at an example use case of our technology. This is a product that we built for buyers at a major retailer to help them with doing comparison shopping to benchmark their pricing with competitors who are selling the same products. The buyer would upload a photo of the fashion item they're planning to sell, and then our tool would crawl the web across hundreds of web stores in real time to return similar fashion item together with their pricing. That way, the buyer can make better decisions on their pricing adjustment in real time. Another use case is real-time fashion trend analysis. We can analyze a collection of photos from social media and detect trending fashion styles in real time. That way, fashion retailer can decide on what products to buy next and where at which store location to sell their products. For e-commerce, our AI engine can fully automate the "you may also like" or complete the look widget recommendation. In this case, basically, as users go to the website, we're gonna detect they click in real time and automatically recommend them either similar products or complementary products, depending on what product they have clicked on. We aim to power our next generation visual search application for consumer, brands and retailers, buyers, merchandisers, and marketing networks. We've got very cool demo at our booth, so please come chat with us afterward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Up next is someone who says that they can play 10 different instruments. It doesn't say well, though, but I assume it's well. Please welcome Yogi Patel from iUseIt.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yogi Patel. At iUseIt, we're empowering consumers with the right data to help them make the most informed decisions. iUseIt is a one-stop solution in e-commerce, the best solution for consumers while maintaining a comprehensive and unbiased approach. I myself, like millions of people around the country, around the globe, have spent countless hours doing research when searching for the next laptop, TV, phone, any product for that matter. Even with all of this valuable information out there, from high-definition pictures to consumer reviews to expert opinions, the return rate across e-commerce is still a staggering 30 to 35%. 77% of people start that shopping journey on Amazon or Google, but go to an average of 10 sources for information before making a decision. Retailers are faced with the challenge of not having, of sourcing the right information and trying to provide enough information to help their customers make the best decision. Hence the inception of iUseIt. iUseIt is streamlining the consumer journey, the path to purchase, by providing comprehensive and unbiased information to help consumers make the best decision. So how do we do this? It's a three-step, simple but complicated process. One, we curate quality and necessary information from around the web from credible sources. Second, our proprietary algorithms process and analyze thousands of data points per product. And third, this leads to the visual presentation of information that's easily digestible for consumers with the most user-friendly interface. Here you can see our new discovery page consisting of various channels that allows consumers to find and research the best products based on their preferences and pain points. This is one of our recently redesigned product page. Everything you need to know about this product on this page, from high-definition pictures to detailed specs, from the top video reviews on YouTube to the best pricing options from the top retailers. For retailers, we also have a solution to address your data challenges. Think Rotten Tomatoes for consumer goods, where your customers would be able to see a snapshot and analysis of what both consumers are saying and experts right on your website. Our business model is around affiliate revenue on the B2C side and licensing data on the B2B side. We launched our consumer-facing platform earlier this year in March and have seen 100% month-over-month growth with user acquisition. Engagement is also on an upward trajectory, going from an average of 1 minute per user in July to nearly 5 minutes, and with some of our flagship products averaging over 8 minutes a user right now. We've also recently kicked off our affiliate streams and are starting to see consumers make purchases through our affiliate partners. We have an experienced team that's allowing us to have rapid scalable development with a trajectory for fast, engaged user growth. We're extremely passionate about consumer technology and becoming the go-to solution for helping people make decisions. We're currently raising a $2 million seed round to continue development of our technology, to facilitate user growth, to launch our social initiative, which is where the name I Use It comes from, but most importantly, to build a brand that eventually becomes a household name. Our vision is extensive, and we welcome you to join us on this journey. So whether you're a consumer looking for your next electronics product or to do your holiday shopping, or an investor looking for the next big thing, or a retailer looking to improve your customer experience, we'd love to talk to you. Once again, my name is Yogi, and I use it, and so should you. Thank you for your time.
So today's a big day for us. It's the selection day for the second cohort of startups. The Plug and Play Fashion for Good program is a 12-week program. And what it does is it brings a group of 10 to 15 startups through a very robust training that includes mentorship, includes link to corporate partners, links to markets and investors.
Kering's partnership with the Plug and Play Fashion for Good Accelerator is so important because it helps us identify these promising new startups that are working on alternative raw materials, on improvements in processing, in dyeing, and that's really going to help us improve as a whole industry together to make sure that our apparel sector is as sustainable as possible for the future.
The Fashion for Good program has really allowed us to understand how to work with retailers and think about our impact in sustainability and drive a mission towards that.
As Kering, we can incubate the startups, we can help them have access to our supply chain.
We don't want to build a laboratory monster, we want to make a product that is useful for the industry. So we have to be in contact with the industry from the beginning of the conception and the product development.
The accelerator has on the one side Plug and Play, has the corporate partners, and then Fashion for Good to really also have the impact and sustainability dimension that we add in.
It's really unique and really rare to be able to have so many sort of amazing minds kind of in one place and working on your company and helping you.
You have to start by talking to the industry and to the corporation early on, so you can build the dream together.
We're looking for the next Uber or Dropbox of the sustainable fashion and apparel space, and I think it's out there.
Great. Hope you got some stretches in there, maybe some push-ups. So the next presenter, it said, had a voice that was already broken at birth. Well, that's according to the nurse at the Oxford University Hospital, thought so when he cried. So please welcome Kofi from Rancard.
Hi, I'm Kofi Dadzi, co-founder and CEO of Rancard. I would like to show you how Rendezvous drives conversational commerce with social recommendations, connecting the right product at the right time from retail brands to a relevant audience. Let's watch this short video.
The women working there probably look like this. You do not. So you need a black dress. 5,398 black dresses? You need help. You could call your friend Emily. She'll know what to do. But Emily is on her dream vacation in Siberia. Here's what you do. You send Emily a request for a dress recommendation using Rendezvous. Rendezvous sends the request through your favorite messaging app. Emily gets your request. Nice data plan, Emily. Suggests a dress and sends a recommendation right back, all without leaving her messaging app. But now you need shoes. And Emily doesn't have great shoe game. So you send a new Rendezvous request to Monica. Monica suggests a killer pair of shoes. Then a friend of Monica's sends her a recommendation for an awesome new book. Since you also trust Monica's taste in books, you get to see the recommendation and you buy the book. So now you have a dress, shoes, and a book to read on the way to the interview. And you crush it, obviously. And as your trust networks grow, you get more and more recommendations without emergency messages to Siberia.
Now, I'd like to ask you, without actually insisting on a show of hands, which would you prefer? ratings from people you don't know, or recommendations from people you actually know whose opinions you trust, and on shoppable items from your favorite retail brands. Kim clearly prefers the latter. Now, Kim now has her trust lines in Rendezvous, so she no longer needs to make emergency calls to Siberia. This time round, she's looking for shoes for her toddler, and the Rendezvous bot can directly determine which of her friends' recommendations to surface for those soft, stylish, supple options she's looking for. So, would you like to connect with a relevant audience? If you're a retail brand looking to improve engagement, conversions, using the most effective method based on industry research, trusted recommendations in a conversational channel, then let's talk. I'd invite you right now to use my last 14 seconds, whip out your phone, open up Messenger, search for Rendezvous recommendations, or press scan code on the profile, and scan this quickly. You will see the Rendezvous bot pop up and begin getting recommendations. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. So next, we're bringing to the stage someone who is enabling machines to understand human emotions. It's probably more than my understanding. Please welcome Maria Pokovi with Emotion Research Lab.
Hi, I'm Maria Pokovi from Emotion Research Lab, and we made possible machines understand human emotions, developing facial emotion algorithms to understand how people feel in real life in real time. Using a simple webcam, we analyze the microexpressions and translate into emotions, 107 emotions and socio-demographics. And we are the only company measuring also moods. We have received a lot of rewards about our technology. And this is our technology.
Yeah, I do like candy, yeah.
Really? This is why our clients, revenue clients, are using our technology. And we are working with them online. We provide the coolest platform to measure in real time customer behavior. This is our platform, including also eye tracking. And also we work with our clients in the point of sales, offering engagement analytics. So we can analyze at the same time a group of people, understand their age, gender, traffic, attention, and also interact with these people, with these customers in real time. Of course, we have an API. So if you want to integrate our technology in your device, we can talk. And about the company, last November, we closed our first seed round. We have increased our sales 2.5 times in the last 9 months, doing projects in Latin America, London, and Spain from these locations. And this is our team. It's an amazing team, and we are ready to work with you. If you are a corporate, now you have access to real emotional KPIs to understand better customer, faster, with more accuracy, and more cheaper, really. And if you are an investor, you need to know that this market is forecast to reach $20 billion by 2020, and we expect to grow in an exponential way. The good news is that we are looking for money, okay? So join to us, because I want to send you a message. We are living in a connected era, but the real connection is emotional. Thank you so much.
So apparently, you cannot have an Expo Day without an Israeli startup. So please welcome to the stage Idan from MyStory.
Hi, my name is Idan. I am from Israel, and I'm the co-founder of MyStory. MyStory is a software company that enables retailers to increase sales by shifting the online advertising model into brick-and-mortar stores, which means no more old-fashioned static paper signs. Brick-and-mortar stores forfeit the opportunity to sell anything to 85% of the shoppers who enter their stores. These should-be customers leave the store empty-handed because the displays are static and fail to capitalize on impulsive behavior. My Story technology utilizes digital screens to replicate the proven, effective online advertising model into the physical store space. With our online algorithms, the stores will be able to act like websites and ensure that the right product is in front of the right customer and at the right time. So how we do it? Our platform is an aggregator sitting on top of the retail data sources like sales report, inventory, online analytics. From the other side, My Story collects data from sensors inside the store. For example, the cameras attached to the digital screens, which analyze the visual attributes of the customer standing in front, such as gender, age, personal style, together with external factors like weather and trends. And the outcome is real-time information, so the store can select which is the best item to promote and to whom. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is being wallpapered with digital screens. In 2016, retailers have invested $6 billion in digital signage. With My Story, the digital signage is much more than just a display. Our screens act as a very smart, spot-on salesperson that always knows what is the best item to promote. Our team is comprised of experts in online advertising. We are second-round entrepreneurs that already built a $300 million online advertisement company named Webpick. Now we are bringing our success, our expertise from that world into the physical store space. I believe we can all agree that the retailer's goal is not just to maximize the amount of traffic inside their stores. It's what they do with that traffic that matters the most. Retailers need to target the customers that are already inside the stores and convert that foot traffic into sales. I'm happy to announce that just recently we were able to prove that our technology converts more foot traffic into sales. And I will be more than happy to elaborate to investors, to potential customers, to strategic partners around our table. Thank you very much for listening.
Great, thank you. Our next presenter once carried a keg of beer up 5 flights of stairs at University of Michigan during the national anthem and didn't kneel once. The fact that just keeps getting better. Please welcome Dave Albertson from Shelf Space.
Thank you. That was a very long time ago. I'm going to start you guys out with a quote, so I'll give you a few seconds to read this. So this has been the basic of FMCG forever. It's something that every sales leader knows and focuses on, is that the battle at US retail has always been fought at the shelf. Yet the companies that have dominated the shelf for decades are losing that battle now. And they're not just losing it to Amazon. They're actually losing it to many emerging brand lines and a host of other reasons. One reason that the FMCG teams are losing is they've been underpowered to solve some of the most basic shelf-level problems: promos, out-of-stocks, voids. In this day and age, it's kind of ridiculous that up to 20% of sales of a $900 billion marketplace at the shelf is being lost due to the basic blocking and tackling. And ultimately, the sales teams are the ones that are typically responsible for this. It hasn't been CRMs that have solved this. It hasn't been field apps that have solved this. It hasn't been retail intelligence solutions that have solved this. It hasn't been clunky retail execution solutions that have solved this. So why hasn't this been solved to date? Well, that's the exact reason that Shelf Space has introduced the first ever retail shelf management solution to the industry, specific to help sales teams fight this battle at the shelf. And that battle is simple. It's unifying their data, putting it in one place, and helping give the sales teams the workflow to manage those shelf level issues. Shelf Space was introduced this year. We've already been working with some of the best brands in the industry, Bai, Body Armor, Chobani. We've saved them millions of dollars at the shelf. We've had VPs of sales sing our praises and tell us they'd leave their wife and kids for this. That's true. One guy said that. I think he may have been looking for an excuse there. But we've had no churn. We've had negative churn, actually, very high NPS score. And we're just at the starting gates. So appreciate your time. Look forward to talking to you more outside. Thank you.
Thank you. When we break for lunch, it will be right outside these doors here. Please remember to vote for your favorite. And our next presenter once got lost during a science expedition in Antarctica. Please welcome David Jang with Miraviz.
Yep, got it. So in Antarctica, it's hard to travel over the snow, right? So we have to move around these Zodiac boats. These are small boats with about 10 people to move from science station to science station. So what happened was the boat was lost during sunset. We couldn't find the science station. As the sun was going down, the water was freezing around us, and that's what you're really afraid of. When you freeze, the water is frozen, the boat can't move, and you're stuck, and if you fall into the water, you die in like 90 seconds. It was a near-death experience. I'm here to talk about Miraviz. I wanted to get your attention. Miraviz is an enabling technology. We have this material innovation that allows multiple people looking at the same screen, everybody sees different content, okay? And it's imagine yourself at home, everybody's sitting around the sofa, your children want to watch Toy Story, but you want to watch the ball game, so you don't have to fight over the remote. And we've looked at this, and there's lots of applications, over 240 million TV sets being sold annually. So the key is, how do we enable this and find the right market? But first, a little bit about the product. This is just a quick picture to give you a sense. It's very bright images. In our office, we have 7 people at the same time. We have sizes over 25 feet in our office. So we can do like this whole screen against this wall. A video wall, which many retail stores use, it's like a couple $100,000. We can do it for 1/10 the cost. These are very, very bright. The gain is 150 times over a front-end display. So you can see it in the sun. It's very light. Here's an example. It's rollable, so it's easy to ship, easy to install. It's semi-transparent, and that's very important because we can pair it with any regular poster. And most advertising in stores and malls are all paper. So this is a regular poster paired with our screen. So let me just share with you the experience. Can you start that? There you go. So this is a regular paper poster with our screen. At most angles, you see the paper poster, but now you're behind a projection unit, and that paper poster disappears, you see the digital content. You continue moving, and you'll see another digital content. And the paper poster disappears. Right. I'm going to show you one more, just gaming. This we introduced at E3, which is the largest gaming conference, US, really was a hit. Gamer 1 is playing Halo and playing against Gamer 2. Gamer 2 sees just his perspective, and Gamer 3 is watching, Kung Fu Panda. So this basic innovation can be used in all sorts of ways. During beta testing, last quarter, we tested advertising, showcase, digital display, in-store uplift, etc. We think our initial market is going to be this exhibition, trade show, retail space, working with intermediaries and going from B2B eventually to B2C. Lots of great traction. people are saying this is the best product they've seen. Please come back. Are talking to these intermediaries, I would say 85% want to work with us. So, and we have strategic partners signed up, and we've been just nominated or been awarded the Innovation Award for CES in 2018. We are self-funded to now, but we're looking for external validation. We're going for a seed round. If you're interested, please speak to us. We think we have, the basic pitch is we have a super awesome team, and we have a product, probably lots of roadmap that's probably better than most other firms in Silicon Valley, and this is a good time to come in. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Up next, we have someone who has traveled 20 cities in 46 days. I do not envy him, but I hope he got a free trip out of that. Please welcome Gary Liu from Boomerang Commerce.
Thanks, Will. Appreciate it. Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm with Boomerang, and at Boomerang, we started 5 years ago, and from day one, our vision's been the same as it is today, which is really maximizing sales performance for modern commerce, for retailers and brands through intelligent software applications. So specifically, if you're a retailer or brand out there and you want to pilot a solution that's going to help you grow your top line and bottom line through intelligent, data-driven decisions for things like pricing or digital shelf, definitely speak with me later today. And so, at a glance, our company has grown like crazy over the last few years. We've had that privilege. More importantly, our people. We've got over 100 people across Mountain View, right up the street here, Chicago, and Bangalore, where we have our development center. We've had great accolades and partnerships with folks like Plug and Play, and the thing we're most proud of is our values. And I'd say that top value is we are obsessed with our customer success. And by that I mean we've had the privilege of working with some of the leading retailers and brands out there and driving, well, we love our customers, we love driving actual value for them and driving, again, these sort of results on average with some of the leading retailers in the world. And the problems that we help with these customers, there's two of them. One, we've talked about it a few times today, Amazon. So people like Amazon have their platforms, and they're testing and learning at this rate. They're checking pricing, for example, every 15 minutes and figuring out what's going to drive that sale. Secondly, with customers today, the way customers buy, everybody knows this, is that journey starts online and often is influenced throughout that purchase, whether they buy online or pick up in store. And they want to look at price and other factors to determine, am I going to go move forward with this purchase? And what do I think of this retailer? Do I perceive them as value or expensive, et cetera? So you got to nail that. So in today's environment, what you have to do is be digital savvy. You have to have a solution that works in the modern commerce world we live in today. Second, you have to be able to react to competitive shifts, not just thinking about your own demand forecast. Third, you need to be adaptive at the pace of consumers and at the pace of Amazon. And so at Boomerang, what we do is we take billions of data signals, outside-in signals like competitive pricing, content, search ranking, along with your customer data, mash that together, apply machine learning and rules-based algorithms that optimize your specific role and intent of your products and categories to drive that conversion, enable your teams, and push that to your e-commerce system, your point-of-sale system, or your store operations system to drive higher conversion. And we're on this wave of innovation. We started with building out that market intelligence, bringing that outside-in signal. Second, driving from data to decisions through better pricing. And now we're on to other growth levers that are what we call sales performance management beyond pricing. Again, things like digital shelf, search optimization, content optimization. And now have this benefit of having a full solution where we're able to address all those different levers for our customers. And most importantly, it's not just innovation for innovation's sake, but it's innovation that works. For omni retailers like Lowe's, where they're saying this is the one tool out of all the tools they have that drives value and saves their merchants time, or pure play e-tailers like Groupon that have measurable results, that have a public case study with us. And again, if you're a retailer or brand and want to talk about how we drive similar results to you, I'd love to talk to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. So up next, We have someone who grew up on a rural property in Australia in a place called Kangaroo Ground. Please welcome Simon Turner from Miyagi.
Thank you, Will. Sometimes at these things I feel like I'm the only one who's not working to eliminate humans in the workforce. But anyway, my name's Simon Turner. I'm from Miyagi. I'm the co-founder. And look, we're all gathered here today basking in the glow of amazing new retail technologies and capabilities. But there's a giant elephant in this room. And for once, it ain't me. Traditional retail is dying. And we as retailers and brands must recreate exceptional customer shopping experiences. And at the core of that is the retail sales associate. But despite spending billions of dollars training the 15 million or more retail associates across the United States alone, retailers and brands are really failing to close the knowledge deficiency gap. Here's Emma. She's 1 in a million. It's just gone 9 a.m. and she's on the way to work for what will be one of the busiest days of the year, and the pressure's on. She's thinking to herself, how am I going to nail every single customer interaction? She strides in the door at her store and bzz, her phone gets a notification. It's her daily bundle of learning content. Now, this isn't some typical compliance training she hates and she never does. This is short, sharp, visual content that actually makes learning enjoyable. She strides back out onto the retail floor, ready, confident, and she's going to delight every single customer. So Emma and her team, they use Miyagi. It's a smart learning platform that delivers her and her team the right learning content at the right time. You can kind of think of it like a personalized pre-game huddle that uses data and AI to curate and create content for her based on her learning style, her store's performance requirements, its products, promotions, customer data, and even the weather. She'll be selling up to 44% more. She'll be making her customers far more satisfied. And because she's happier, she's far less likely to join the ranks of high turnover retail associates. So content fuels the Miyagi platform, and you can generate this from your frontline retail associate experts. They can create straight from their phone, from your vendors, your L&D team, and even pull content from the Miyagi content marketplace. Our customers, both retailers and their vendors, pay us a subscription fee based on the number of stores they have or the number of stores they want to reach, and for the content they draw from the Miyagi marketplace. So some people said that e-commerce would completely eat retail. The reality is that it complements the omni-channel shopping journey. Now a lot of people are saying robots are going to eat all retail jobs. But the reality is that human interaction remains vital to commerce. Miyagi informs these interactions so that associates like Emma can provide delightful customer shopping experiences. Traditional retail isn't dying. Miyagi is going to kill that elephant in the room.
Thank you. Don't forget to vote. Up next, someone who's invented programmatic direct mail to transform real-time online activity into personalized, dynamically rendered, tangible media that's delivered into postal hubs within 12 to 24 hours each day. Please welcome Sean Simon with Pebble Post.
Okay, so imagine for a moment you're in the market for some new furniture. So you're going to go home tonight, you're going to get on your computer, you're going to do a Google search for leather sofas. And you're going to see a link for Crate & Barrel. So you click on that link, you look at different sofas, you show some to your spouse, and you go to bed. You think about it. Tomorrow morning you get up, you check your email, you read the news, and you start to get retargeted. one banner ad after another. It pop-ups in your video ads. Half of the ads you don't even see because they're below the fold or you're not paying attention. A week later, you buy that sofa. 2 weeks later, you keep getting ads for that sofa that you already bought. Not a very good user experience for the consumer or for the brand. So now imagine a similar experience. You go home, you shop for that sofa tonight, you go to bed. A couple days from now, you come home from work, you go to your mailbox, you pull out your mail, and you have a postcard or a catalog that is somewhat personalized to you based on the fact that you're in the market for furniture, or in this case, sofas. Now you can take that card and you can go to your computer and start shopping, or you can set it aside and come back to it later, or you can show it to your wife and have a conversation about that sofa and make a decision in the home when you're ready on your timeline. That's what we do. So we make the relationship between consumers and brands better, more respectful, more personalized, and more relevant. So the way that we do that, let's see if we can get to that slide, is we take website behavior, we capture the intent of the consumer when they're on their site, and then we segment that user into an audience or to a separate campaign. So maybe it's a previous customer or a new customer, sofas versus chairs versus bedroom sets, whatever it might be. And then we match that user to a physical address through our address graph. And we can do that about 60% of the time, so it's very scalable. Then we associate each campaign with the right creative. So the user shopping for sofas gets an ad for sofas, one for bedrooms gets an ad for bedrooms, and then we deliver that piece of mail the very next day to the consumer, arrives in home soon after that through the first-class mail. The user then comes back into the store, whether that be online or in the brick-and-mortar store if you have one, and they can convert using maybe an offer that's on the card, a discount, a promotion, or not. It's up to you as a retailer. It depends what your marketing strategy is. And then you can track that purchase right back into the dashboard, and you can see the connection that you're making with consumers from one commerce platform being the website into your store, or back to your website, or to a telephone order, or what other channels you sell into. You can do this in multiple verticals, so think retail, that's the easy one, that's the example I gave. It works for financial services, it works for credit card applications, it works for CPG, it works for co-branding, right? If you're P&G and you work with Walmart and you want to get better distribution among Walmart shoppers, people who are shopping for your competitors' products, they go to Walmart, they shop, we deliver them mail with the Procter & Gamble ad. It could be for a toy company into Toys R Us. Have your pick, or a service like Walmart Grocery. Thank you.
That's it. That was our last Batch 8 startup presentation for brand and retail. So I can't pick a favorite. I believe in what each of you are trying to accomplish. You're all amazing, but my ask for the audience right now is to go to the voting site and submit your vote. Wait about 30 seconds here while you take time now. Go to the site, push in, select who was your favorite, and vote for them. We'll be announcing the winner shortly here live on stage. Innovation is used in a lot of ways as a term, but it's real here in the room with the community and you working together with these startups to make their ideas and their products and services alive and real in stores and around. And the result is in. So those of you who didn't make a quick rush for lunch, I would like to announce the winner for Batch 8 for Plug and Play's brand and retail program, Miraviz. It was worth getting stuck in the Antarctic.
Thank you very much.
Here you go.
Thanks. All right.
Got it. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Oh, wait, one more second. One more Photoshop op.
Oh, okay.
Photo op. There you go.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Congrats. Thank you. Lunch outside. And our next program begins at 1:30. 1:30. Thank you.